If I were to say that our solar system is big, I believe that would be a huge understatement. 287.46 billion kilometers. And allow me to mention that this is just one. The universe is packed with millions of such solar systems and galaxies too far from human comprehension. We've seen innumerable galaxies from what we've discovered and explored so far, with each having millions and millions of stars. We think that somewhere among these massive twinkly stars lies a stroke of extraterrestrial life, commonly known as aliens. But I'm sure you'll be among the many people who think that if there have been countless UFO or alien sightings, where are they? So come on, NASA, it's about time you open up your mouth. Or if there have never been any aliens, and it's just about the conspiracists who've whitewashed us. Allow me to introduce you to the Fermi Paradox, a principle that answers precisely that. Coming from Enrico Fermi, a physicist from the 50s, Fermi proposed an interesting idea. He proposed that there are extraterrestrial creatures or intelligence present. These creatures have higher technical ground, not only enabling them to survive for multiple millennia, but through the means of interstellar and intergalactical space travel. They'd also be able to colonize a range of galaxies. But Fermi didn't stop there. He suggested that this has already happened many generations before. But due to the unavailability of physical proof of aliens, the theory got labeled as the Fermi Paradox. Suppose we assume that an extraterrestrial civilization capable of interstellar colonization lives in one of the many galaxies. In that case, it also implies that it would take a mere million years to colonize the whole galaxy. This means that there's a possibility of alien life somewhere near. But since we don't have any solid proof and only speculations, the Fermi Paradox remains in effect. That is, if extraterrestrial life exists. But why aren't they here yet? The Drake equation also goes hand in hand with the Fermi Paradox. As of yet, we don't know the parameters of this equation, so it's just another incomplete puzzle piece for concluding the paradox. But we do have a limitation. The Drake equation is only relevant to the Milky Way. This is because the Milky Way has a spiral barred construction, typical to at least 2/3 of the galaxies present in our universe. As this value results in more than 100 billion similar galaxies, we'd have to multiply the resulting value of the Drake equation by a factor relative to the whole universe. The resulting value would give us the number of possible extraterrestrial civilizations present in all of the galaxies. A gigantic figure. But at the end of the day, the number would always remain inaccurate until the day we're confident with the number of galaxies present. Moreover, the equation not only caters to the number of civilizations, but also to the possibility of ever coming in contact with them. Andromeda Nebula, being the closest galaxy, cuts off any chance of a theoretical contact due to the 2.5 million light-years of distance we have between it and us. Subsequently, all other galaxies fall into the same pit. A theory states that it is almost impossible for any multicellular life to exist, since there's a negligible probability of Earth-like planets existing. Since Earth went through a series of improbable incidents for life to occur, it's a slight chance of the same thing happening again. But for this particular thesis, the pioneers have set the equation in such a way where we're the only colony to exist in our galaxy. The Fermi Paradox becomes completely irrelevant here, as a basis of its assumption is wholly disregarded. But recent discoveries of more exoplanets have led some scientists to negate this specific theory. It's obligatory for a civilization to be capable of intergalactic colonization to fall into the Fermi Paradox. Yet we have that limitation. Because this also serves the possibility of technically advanced civilizations to exist, but the distance between them acts as their inability to influence each other. Stephen Hawking believed that there is an excellent possibility of life to exist outside of Earth, and these civilizations would have significantly greater intelligence than that of humans. But due to this overwhelming intelligence, they would ultimately destroy themselves due to the triggering of multiple possibilities. For example, the Berserker theory states that aliens intentionally send space probes to other civilizations in order to destroy them, making it easier for them, the aliens, to eliminate their enemies further and establish themselves on their land. Another thematically similar theory, the dark forest theory, believes in the existence of extraterrestrial life and states that such life has the ability to camouflage and be discreetly hidden from the sight of its enemies. This is done to negate any chances of attacking and conquering their land. Science and astronomy believe that a portion of extraterrestrial life has already gone extinct due to the gamma ray bursts. Gamma ray bursts are considered the most energy-releasing and deadly phenomenon. The reason? Gamma ray explosions release a massive amount of radiation, which can cause havoc on planets even light years away. This powerful radiation can cause death and end life. Evolving to complex life forms is impossible in the initial 5 billion years because of intense gamma ray activity in such galaxies. The Great Filter Concept. This concept is a combination of some of the theories explained before. The concept states that there's a kind of filter necessary to reach a level of civilization. This filter would act as a testing stage for a civilization to advance to a higher level. If this concept is true, it would also imply that higher intelligence is rare in extraterrestrial life forms. And so far, we humans are the only ones able to pass this test or filter. In Plutarch's work, Das Mondgesicht, one can find thoughts about life forms that do not live on Earth. Such texts, however, have referred to mythology, and therefore one cannot assume that these writings tend to develop theories about extraterrestrial life with rational arguments. Another problem in astrobiology is that there's no general definition of life. Several attempts have been made to define life, but no explanation has been complete or satisfactory. From this, one could also conclude that there's no fixed division between living and not living. And even if there is life similar to that on Earth, it still has to be clarified. Whether life originated on Earth and then spread in space, or whether it developed on another planet independent of our Earth, is still to be found. What do you think? Do you believe that man and our Earth are unique to the universe and that our origin is nothing but a very improbable coincidence? Or are you a science fiction fanatic who's long believed in the existence of other life forms outside of Earth? The topic of extraterrestrials will indeed occupy science for a long time. So write down what you think in the comments and consider subscribing to our channel. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.